Your life is not a game, and you're playing it like one. There is a dangerous mindset that has infected an entire generation, and most people don't even realize they are living under its influence. They think life is a game you can reset, a game you can replay, a game you can experiment with without consequence, and that belief is quietly destroying their future. Let me say this as clearly as possible. Your life is not a game. There is no restart button. There is no save file. There is no second version of this exact moment. What you do today, you will live with tomorrow. And that reality makes every decision heavy. But people don't want that weight. So instead, they treat their life like it's temporary. They make decisions like consequences don't exist. They waste time like it will be refunded. They drift through years like they can just figure it out later. And then later arrives, and they are not prepared. Let me confront something deeper. The way you treat your time reveals how seriously you take your life. If you waste hours every day, you are not just wasting time, you are wasting existence. Because time is not money. Money can be replaced, time cannot. Every hour you lose is permanently removed from your life, and you don't even know how many you have left. Let that sit. Now here's where it gets uncomfortable. Some of you are living like you have unlimited chances. You keep saying, I'll start next week. I'll get serious next month. I'll figure it out later. But later is not guaranteed, and that mindset is costing you more than you think. Because while you are delaying, your life is progressing. While you are hesitating, time is moving. While you are playing, your future is forming. Let me say something that may hit harder than you expect. Every day you waste, you are actively designing a life you will eventually regret. Not because you meant to, but because you didn't take it seriously. And regret does not come all at once. It builds quietly through missed opportunities, ignored discipline, delayed decisions, until one day you look at your life and realize you could have been so much more, but you treated your life like it was a game. Now let's go even deeper. Games are designed for entertainment. They are meant to distract you, not develop you. They are meant to pass time, not build purpose. And if you treat your life like entertainment, you will never become who you were created to be. Because purpose requires seriousness. It requires intention. It requires discipline. It requires urgency. And urgency is what most people lack. They don't feel pressure because they think they have time. But hear me clearly. Time is not on your side. Time is neutral. It moves, whether you are prepared or not. So if you are not intentional, you will fall behind. Not compared to other people, but compared to your own potential. Now let me shift this slightly, because this is where it becomes personal. If your life is not a game, then it must have a purpose. And if it has a purpose, then it has consequences. Which means every decision you make is either moving you toward that purpose or away from it. There is no neutral. You are either aligning or drifting. You are either building or wasting. And most people are drifting, not because they are bad people, but because they are intentional. They are reacting instead of designing. They are surviving instead of planning. And then they wonder why their life feels random. It feels random because it is unplanned. And unplanned life always produces unpredictable results. Now let me say this, before we go any further, this message is not here to scare you. It is here to wake you up. Because once you realize your life is not a game, you stop playing with it. You stop wasting time. You stop making careless decisions. You stop treating your future like it's guaranteed. And you start living with intention, with urgency, with discipline, because you understand that this life is the only one you got. So the real question is, are you going to keep playing, or are you finally ready to start living? The illusion that is ruining your life, and everyone is falling for it. If your life is not a game, then we have to expose the illusion that is making you treat it like one. Because nobody wakes up and says, I'm going to waste my life. They drift into it, and they drift because they have been sold a lie. The lie is this: you have time. Time to figure it out. Time to get serious later. Time to waste now and recover later. And that belief is destroying more lives than failure ever will. Because failure at least teaches you something, but false security keeps you comfortable while you decline. Let me make this plain. You are not running out of time. You are using it up. Every scroll, every distraction, every delay, it is not neutral. It is subtraction. And the dangerous part is you don't feel it immediately. There is no alarm, no warning, no visible countdown. So you keep living like nothing is happening. But something is happening. Your future is being decided in the background of your distractions. Let me confront this directly. Some of you are addicted to wasting your life. Not intentionally, but systematically. You wake up, reach for your phone, consume other people's lives, compare your life, feel overwhelmed, do nothing, and repeat, day after day, week after week, year after year. And you call that normal. That is not normal. That is passive self-destruction. You are not being attacked. You are being distracted. And distraction is more dangerous than destruction. Because destruction is obvious. Distraction feels harmless. It feels entertaining. It feels relaxing. It feels deserved. But it is quietly stealing your discipline, your focus, your urgency, your life. Now let's go deeper, because this is where it becomes uncomfortable. Some of you don't have a time problem. You have a seriousness problem. You don't take your life seriously. You treat it like something you can always fix later. But later is not a guarantee. Later is an assumption, and people are building their entire lives on assumptions, assuming they will have more time, assuming they will have more energy, assuming they will have another chance. But life does not operate on your assumptions. It operates on your decisions, and your decisions are creating a pattern of delay, a pattern of distraction, a pattern of underperformance, and patterns become identity. So now you don't just waste time, you become someone who wastes time. You don't just avoid discipline, you become someone who avoids responsibility. And that identity will follow you into every area of your life, your work, your relationships, your purpose. Now let me hit this even harder. Some of you are more committed to comfort than you are to your future. You will sacrifice discipline to stay comfortable. You will sacrifice growth to avoid discomfort. You will sacrifice purpose to maintain ease. And then you say, I want a better life. No, you want a better feeling. Because if you truly wanted a better life, you would accept the discomfort required to build it. Now here's the part most people won't say. You are not stuck. You are choosing. Choosing distraction. Choosing delay. Choosing comfort over alignment. As long as you keep choosing that, your life will not change, because your future is not controlled by what you say you want. It is controlled by what you consistently do. Now let's bring this all together, because this is where it becomes undeniable. If your life is not a game, then every moment matters. Every decision matters. Every habit matters. And right now, you're either building a life or wasting one. There is no middle ground. You are either moving forward or you are drifting backward. And drifting feels easy because it requires nothing, but it leads somewhere. It leads to regret. Not loud regret, quiet regret. The kind that shows up years later when you realize you had the time, you had the opportunity, you had the potential, but you didn't take your life seriously. So now the question becomes, how much longer are you going to treat your life like it's something you can afford to waste? The consequences you cannot escape. Why life always collects. Now we have to confront something that most people spend their entire lives trying to avoid. Because as long as you think life is a game, you assume you can make decisions without permanent consequences. But here's the reality. Life always collects. Every decision you make, every habit you build, every day you waste, it all accumulates and nothing goes unpaid. Let that sit. You may not feel it today. You may not notice it tomorrow. But eventually, life presents the bill. And the bill is not based on what you intended. It is based on what you actually did. Now, this is where it becomes dangerous. Most people think consequences are immediate. They think if nothing bad happened today, then I must be fine. That is a lie. Because the most destructive consequences are delayed. They build quietly. They grow invisibly. They compound over time until one day they show up all at once. And by that point, you don't have the leverage to fix them quickly. Let me make it real. You don't ruin your life in one day. You ruin it in small, repeated decisions that seem harmless in the moment. Skipping discipline today, wasting time today, avoiding responsibility today. Individually, they feel insignificant, but collectively, they shape your entire future. Now, let me hit this harder. You are not living one life, you are building one every single day, brick by brick, decision by decision, habit by habit, and the life you are building will eventually be the life you have to live, whether you like it or not. Now, here is where most people wake up too late. They reach a point where their current life no longer matches the life they imagine. They look around and feel stuck, not because they are trapped, but because they built something they didn't intend to build. Let that hit you. You can accidentally construct a life that you don't even want through neglect, through distraction, through delay. And once that structure is built, it takes far more effort to tear it down than it would have taken to build it correctly. That is the cost of not taking your life seriously. Now let's go even deeper, because this is where people get uncomfortable. You cannot escape consequences by ignoring them. You cannot outrun them. You cannot delay them forever. You cannot distract yourself out of them. They are patient and they always arrive. Now let me confront something directly. Some of you are already living in the early stages of consequences. You feel behind. You feel off track. You feel like something isn't right. That is not random. That is feedback. Your life is telling you something is misaligned. But instead of listening, you distract yourself. You entertain yourself. You numb yourself. You delay thinking about it. And while you are avoiding the signal, the situation is getting worse. Now hear this clearly. Life does not reward intention. It responds to execution. You can have great plans, strong desires, clear dreams, but if your daily actions do not align with them, you will not experience them. Because life is not built on what you say, it is built on what you repeat. Now here is the part that most people will try to resist. You are not waiting on your life to change. Your life is waiting on you to change. And until you do, your future will look like your present, just extended over time. Let me say that again, because this is where everything becomes real. If nothing changes, nothing changes. Not your income, not your mindset, not your direction, not your results, just more time passing. Now let me bring this to a sharp point. The greatest mistake you can make is underestimating the cost of small decisions. Because small decisions do not stay small. They compound, they multiply. They eventually become outcomes you cannot ignore. So when you waste an hour, you are not just losing time. You are reinforcing a pattern that will cost you years. When you avoid discipline, you are not just choosing ease, you are building weakness that will limit your future. And when you treat your life like it's something you can fix later, you are setting yourself up for a reality that will be much harder to change. So here's the question you cannot escape. If your life continues exactly the way it is right now, where will you end up? And are you willing to live with that outcome? The day you can't go back, the moment life becomes real. There is a day coming for every single person listening to this. A day you cannot avoid, a day you cannot delay, a day you cannot negotiate with. The day when you are forced to live with the life you built, not the life you imagined, not the life you talked about, not the life you planned in your head, the life you actually constructed through your daily decisions. And on that day, there is no reset. There is no starting over. There is no, I'll do it differently next time. There is only reality. Now let me make this personal, because this is not about people in general. This is about you. There will be a moment where you look at your life and you will see it clearly. No distractions, no noise, no illusions. And in that moment, you will know. You will know whether you took your life seriously or whether you played with it. And that awareness is not something you can escape, because at that point, you cannot blame your environment. You cannot blame your past. You cannot blame other people. All of those excuses lose their power, because what you are looking at is the result of your decisions, repeated over time. Now here is what makes this moment so heavy. It doesn't arrive all at once. It creeps up on you through birthdays, through missed opportunities, through moments when you realize, I should be further than this. Not compared to other people, but compared to your own potential. And that realization is where regret is born. Not loud regret, quiet regret, the kind that sits in your chest when you are alone, the kind that shows up when everything is quiet, and it whispers, you know better, you had time, you just didn't take it seriously. Now let me take this even deeper, because this is where most people disconnect. Some of you think you will just change later, that you will flip a switch when the time is right. But hear me clearly, you will not suddenly become disciplined. In the future, if you are not disciplined now, you will not suddenly become focused. If you are not focused now, you will not suddenly take your life seriously. If you are not taking it seriously now, because the future version of you is being built by the current version of you. And if the current version is careless, the future version will be limited. Let me say it this way. You don't arrive at a better life, you grow into one. And growth is happening right now, whether you are intentional or not. Now here is the part that most people avoid thinking about. Time does not just move forward, it closes doors. Opportunities expire, windows shut, seasons end, and once certain moments pass, they do not come back. You don't get to relive your 20s. You don't get to re-choose certain paths. You don't get to undo certain patterns. Once they have taken root, and that is why urgency matters. Not panic, urgency. Because urgency recognizes that what you do today has permanent implications. Now let me bring this to a final confrontation. Right now, you are in a moment that your future self is going to remember. This exact season, this exact mindset, these exact decisions, and your future self is either going to thank you or resent you. There is no third option. You will either say, I'm glad I took my life seriously, or you will say, I wish I had. And that difference is being decided right now. So before we go any further, you need to answer this with complete honesty. When that day comes, when you can't go back, what will your life say about you? The decision that changes everything. Why you need to hear this again. Now we are at the point where everything becomes simple, not easy, simple. Because after everything you have heard, all the truth, all the confrontation, all the exposure, it comes down to one thing, a decision, not a feeling, not motivation, not inspiration, a decision. Because feelings fade, motivation disappears, inspiration wears off, but a decision locks you in. And here is the decision. You either continue treating your life like something you can afford to waste, or you finally take responsibility for the fact that every moment matters. There is no middle ground, because every day you wake up, you are choosing. You are choosing discipline or distraction. You are choosing growth or comfort. You are choosing alignment or delay. And those choices are building your life, not someday, right now. Now here is why this message matters so much and why you will need to hear it again. Because the life you are living will try to pull you back into distraction. Your habits will resist change. Your environment will normalize delay. Your mind will look for excuses. And if you are not intentional, you will forget everything you just heard. You will go back to scrolling. You will go back to wasting time. You will go back to treating your life like it's something you can fix later. That is why this cannot just be a moment. It has to become a standard, something you revisit, something you remind yourself of, something you hold yourself accountable to. Because truth is only powerful if it is applied consistently. Now let me make this final. Your life is not a game. There are no do-overs, no resets, no second version of this exact opportunity. What you do with your time, what you do with your energy, what you do with your decisions is shaping a life you will have to live. So if you walk away from this message and nothing changes, then this was just entertainment. But if you walk away and you decide, I will no longer waste my life, I will no longer delay discipline, I will no longer treat my future like it's guaranteed, then everything changes. Not overnight, not instantly, but direction changes, and direction determines destination. So hear this clearly, because this is where it all lands. The life you want is not waiting on more time. It is waiting on better decisions. And those decisions start now. Now ask yourself, when this video ends, what are you going to do differently? Thank you. God bless you. Transforming people's lives, the Kingdom Sanctuary of Eden and Outreach Ministries. With our clothing bins all over, we're collecting clothes and shoes and giving it out to all in the communities, in the cities, and all over the world. Wherever there is a need, the Kingdom Sanctuary of Eden is there to fulfill it. Please continue all your donations, whether it be clothes, food, shoes, or monetary donations, so we can take care of God's people all over the world. The donation starts with you. Let's build the kingdom together.